I've got your Instagram link in there, and I think we're live.
That's a garage. I'm looking on my phone. I don't see it yet.
No, it should show up in about 10 seconds. There's about a 10-second delay.
Okay.
Hey, you ever watch one of these?
Yeah, I watched it, and it's weird because it seems like there's a delay between like you and the guest. But there's a now I hear it. Yeah, gotcha.
We're good. You sound really good, man.
Thanks, man.
Let me set my shit up a little bit better.
It's $50 mics coming in clutch.
Is that a USB or is that XLR?
It's both. It's actually one of the
hybrid
Samsung Q2s. Yeah, I have it hooked in USB right now.
Right on, man. All right, Tom Alvarado, what's up, man? We're rocking and rolling. Dylan, can you? Okay, this is Dylan. We have nothing written down. He is the hop killer on Instagram. He's got a YouTube channel, Bodine's Brews. What's going on, man? He's the barrage out there. Let me pull this up a little bit.
Yeah.
We're doing. Shout out to everybody. This is our third Thursday night in a row. This is Dylan up there. I believe he's in Auburn, California. He's a YouTuber. He's got an Instagram. Say it again.
Dixon, California.
Dixon,
I'm like 40 minutes away from Auburn.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's got a good YouTube channel. He's got way better production than we do. I don't know really what's going on with him and the whole trying to open up a brewery world. That's what we're going to talk about. Yada, yada, yada. But this is Dylan, the man behind the YouTube and the Instagram, man. Say what up.
Yeah, man. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
So where's Nixon? Like if I were to fly into the San Francisco airport, what's the course of action?
So Dixon is in between San Francisco and Sacramento.
Wow.
And so if you go up I-80, if you go I-80 east from San Francisco airport.
Because I kind of know those freeways.
Yeah. So, if you go if you're like going to head to Sacramento from San Francisco, you will pass Dixon.
What's going on in Dixon, man? Is it kind of on the outskirts? Is it
Yeah, it's like a farm town. It's like 20,000 people. We're right next to Davis, California. So like you've got UC Davis. You got a bunch of breweries. Well, you got like a few breweries over there. I know UC Davis has that huge brewing program.
Yep.
Like one of the most. Yep. So that's really close by. But once you hit Sacramento, there's breweries like every corner. Multiple per corner. It's pretty nuts.
Right on, man.
I'm sure for you down south too.
Yeah. Really quick shout out to Jonathan Elliott. He was on the show last night. He chimed in for the last 45 minutes, and he's up there in Astoria, Pacific Northwest, Portland. Not Portland, but Oregon. Thanks for the super chat, Jonathan Elliott, man. Much love. He's trying to start a brewery. When he's up there, I'm gonna go up there and we will film him a video. And I told him he's got 1 year, him and Eric Lane, to make it happen. Or else we just have to wait longer. But other than that, man. Dylan, do you have any thoughts of opening up a brewery, or are you just kind of doing the homebrew thing?
Wow. Yeah, actually, it's so funny because before I even brewed my first batch of homebrew, well, I guess more so an all-grain homebrew, I was like so dead set on opening a brewery before I even like did my first mash in. And yeah, what a guy shooting you some money. The super chats are rad. But yeah, so I wanted to do a brewery for a really long time. My nature is pretty obsessive, so whenever I pick something up, I go pretty ham and
full blown,
every aspect. Wow. And yeah, I started doing that. Competed like really fast after starting to brew, and the natural progression of wanting to open a brewery, leave the day job, the whole homebrew dream, I think. And that was pretty gung ho in most of my thoughts from morning to night till COVID happened. My wife and I were about ready to take a second or a cash out refi on the house, get some capital, and start looking for buildings and put together a business plan, whole nine. And then that happened, and it was really kind of a blessing, and it kind of put everything into perspective for me and her. What you got there, dude?
Pearl Sour. I'm listening though. I'm just.
You're good.
We always talk about what we're drinking, what's going on in the fermenters, man. But I want to hear this. I want to keep it going.
Yeah. I got a Sudwork Pilsner out of Davis.
Right on, man. I'm sure you guys have some killer fucking beers up there if Davis is right around the corner.
Bro. Well, Davis has got a few decent ones. Nothing like blow your socks off. But anyways, COVID happened. I was like, fuck this. I don't want any part of this. And the business model that we had planned was pretty small. Ooh, Bodine. What a man.
Bodine, shout out, super chat. Shout out to Bodine's Brews.
For sure. It was super, tap room only, no distro. no canning for like the next 12 months, depending on how the business flow went. And anyway, so that crushed all that. Fast forward like almost a year. In between then, I started the YouTube channel because I wanted to really fill that brewing, itch with a little bit of a purpose, because homebrewing alone to me just isn't enough. I need something else there. And, the YouTube was really awesome to be able to relay what I've picked up along the way.
Plus, the channel is going to promote that brewery. One day it's going to be there. And trust me, your YouTube channel is going to go way further than a Facebook page or an Instagram page or a Twitter or something like that. So it's cool that, you're building it down. Not to interrupt. Yeah.
No, totally. I mean, that was, I'd be lying if that wasn't like, an ulterior motive also. YouTube and Instagram, I think marketing's so huge for breweries. And it's funny, I started my brewing homepage or home brewing page out of spite and just like out of these local breweries that had this trash social media. And I'm like, why, when you're running a business, why are you guys not like, that's your way to communicate with your audience? And I was just baffled. And
they're doing the same thing everyone else is doing, like you're a crab in a bucket.
Yeah, super weird. But anyways, fast forward that, I get the itch again to like really go. And I should also note that baby about, I don't know, it was it's June of 2018. No, 2019, sorry. 2019, there was a new local brewery 10 miles away, actually on my way home from work, that opened up, and I was basically trying to do anything to get some professional experience, and I was hitting up every brewery around, basically offering free time. And I know that's kind of frowned upon in the industry, but I was trying to do anything I could to get in. And this place opened up. They was like, yeah, you can come and learn how to clean, and I got a little gig there.
Cellar vibe.
Mentors. Yeah.
The cellar barrage.
Yeah, cellar and keg cleaner, glorified janitor.
Yep. And learn it all, man. Learn all the aspects of the brew house, the front, the back, the business, whatever it takes, whatever it took.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. And so I was doing that on top of the day job. And then that kind of grew. The dynamic there was super weird. Not weird, but just different. You have your brewery owner who has no brewing experience, who basically funded the whole place.
He's a money guy.
Have, like, this weird
money
dynamic.
guys.
You know how that goes.
Yeah, money guys. Old money.
Yep.
Investor type.
Then, so the brewer at the time he's just like an old school home brewer that basically homebrewed on 3-barrel batch size. So when I came in, I was like, well, you guys don't have a hazy IPA. And I was like, well, let's, if you're interested, we can give one of mine a go. And he was down. So that was my first commercial batch, about a month after working there, which was really cool. And that ultimately grew into more brewing. And then eventually a quote unquote brew house manager. And I say that because there was only like 4 people by the time I left, but I was able to order ingredients, make sure the tap room was staffed with the kegs, schedule brew days, schedule cleaning, hired 2 people, and I left there. Oh, there you go, Bradley.
Yeah, Portly Barrage in the house. Yeah,
nice. So yeah, and then that was also just with the YouTube channel and the Instagram, was really trying to build everything I could without financially taking the plunge to opening our own, and. Yeah, it was a good experience.
So what's stopping you now? I mean, I don't know what's going on, where you're at. I know that LA, San Diego, they're very. It's almost impossible to talk about COVID without talking about business, because business is affected by COVID, and certain places in the world are more, for lack of a better word, political than others. But I would imagine where Dixon is, it's probably not like San Diego or LA. I don't think people probably give too much a fuck about, wearing masks and yada, yada, yada. Or am I wrong?
It's on the fence. I mean, you're right next to Davis, and Davis is probably one of the most liberal cities in California. Right.
But how far away from you from Davis?
10 minutes max, 8 minutes.
10 miles.
Dixon's kind of its own. It's a lot of farm, a lot of agricultural.
Right.
So less of a fuck given, for sure. And it's actually funny. Davis is super close, but that's the separation of counties. So we're in Solano County and they're in Yolo. But what's stopping us now, like I said, that COVID really, it put the biggest blessing of a screwdriver in our plan, because we were so reliant on opening with our own capital, minus maybe some friends and family that want to pitch in, in that regard. But now, especially after working at the brewery and with the YouTube channel, seeing other breweries, like getting to do those brewery spotlight videos that I do, where I get to go to established breweries and see how they operate and get to talk to the owners, the brewers, and just business flow. And at the time it was COVID, so I got to talk to them about that. And, it basically made me realize that the business model that we had was just set up for failure. And I still believe that today.
Wow.
Unless things went back to normal, which I really don't think they'll ever fully go back to normal with the whole taproom only model with like minimal distro, even like small canning runs. And so with that not being an option, having a bigger system, having some form of canning, whether that be mobile canning or a canning line ourselves, just all requires more money. And a bigger building requires more build-out money. And finding the right building. I mean, it's funny, the recent, a few months back, we're like, yeah, let's do it, just because we haven't had the urge. And I went in full bore again, like I always do, wrote 3 business plans for 3 different buildings, 3 different business models, 3 different, 5-year projections, the whole 9. And the capital expense for both it's just ridiculous. I salute all the brewery owners because it costs so much money. And especially when just my short year at the brewery near that I had that job at, I mean, the owner outlaid, close to 100,000. And then since I've left, he's outlaid even more. And it's like, that's after everything was in place. Those are just like ongoing expenses. And I mean, a new cold room, a new fermenter, a new 15-barrel fermenter is like 12 grand. That's small.
Oh yeah,
that's nothing.
What's a
That's
cake
drop in the
cleaner?
bucket.
What's a two?
That's
What's a
15.
2-person? Yeah, what's a 4? Cake cleaners the other day. I was looking at Trevor's, and I was like, the 2 ones are the for the smaller breweries, cake cleaners. The bigger breweries have 3 or 4. I'm looking at him like, how much does that cost? He's like, that's like $15,000. I was like, yeah, I don't have $15,000. I do not have $15,000. Is it frustrating, Dylan? I'm 36 years old. To anybody who's listening right now, I really know nothing about Dylan. We tried to get him on the broadcast a while ago. We stopped doing that. We've been talking about doing this for a while. Are you my age? Are you in your 30s and yada yada yada?
No, actually, I just turned 27. Like
27. Okay, so I'm not going to strike a nerve on COVID or yada yada yada, but I think where everybody is in their life, COVID would have been differently, whether you were 18 or 22 or 27 or 35 or trying to retired or open up a restaurant or a brewery, yada yada yada. Is it tough that you're that close to like the most liberal city in the world, trying to like open a pretty much tasting room or / restaurant / food truck / gathering? Do you take heat from that, or are you kind of outside enough where it's not a thing to worry about?
I mean, I guess if there was 0 option on the table and I had the same, I don't want to say the same passion as I did when the first run before COVID, it's doable for sure. I mean, I'm not saying it's not doable. It's the amount of risk that I'm willing to take financially. It just there's too much unknowns for me to be comfortable taking that risk. I mean, we wanted to self-fund everything, which was, now that you do more number crunching, when you need to have a, ongoing capital just to open up shop for 6 months, that's
sure.
I mean, it's just more money. And honestly, I just don't think personally I'm ready to take that risk and play the brewery game. And it was funny to really see, and I'm sure you saw this, from the start of COVID, how everyone had to, hate to use the word pivot, but pivot, adapt, everything. And you see everybody playing this game even more than they already do, of grabbing attention, really trying to get people to come purchase their product. And that's business, that's how business rolls, and I'm not like against it. It's just with that coupled with how everything is going right now, I honestly don't really have any interest anymore, not at this moment at least.
You're okay, so you got a homie in the house from what up, Jorge Castro, Goose Fraba, Shane Layden, first time on the broadcast. This isn't the broadcast. You got a homie from Sacktown checking it out. What's the market saturation like? Because I know,
well, there's 100 breweries there's over 100 breweries in a 25-mile radius.
What are your big cities up there aside from Davis? It's Dixon, is it Auburn, Sacramento?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in the Sacramento area alone, if you include like upwards of Auburn, down to Davis, I mean, there's well over 100. There's probably 150 breweries, and I mean, I know you deal with the same.
It's about
down
100
south.
less than San Diego, but that's a lot. There's about 250
Yeah.
in San Diego County, but San Diego County is big. There's pretty much North County and then downtown, and we're pretty much two different cities. But from a marketing standpoint, we're just one. We're one county. But on paper, I'm much closer to like Anaheim. Yeah, like from bird's eye view, I'm probably closer to being like a Rams fan or an Angels fan than I would be actually like a San Diego Padres fan. But
Yeah.
it's marketing. Chalk it all up as San Diego County. How far are you from Sierra Nevada, Butte? Is
It's
Sierra
like an hour and a half. I've never even been, bro. I've been wanting to go for so long.
Portly gentlemen in the house? Check it out. So really quick, we had 40 people here at one time. This is Dylan. He's up there in Dixon. I knew nothing about Dixon until he just brought it up. He's opening up a brewery. Obviously, COVID affected everybody, even if it did or it didn't. Like, it affected everybody, whether you didn't get sick at all or you did get sick or your family, your friends. At some point in that year, you were affected by COVID. With the relationships you had with certain people, where you could or couldn't go, yada, yada, yada. And we don't really need to get into like, the far left and the far right of it, but it was a thing. It was definitely a thing. And it put a lot of businesses on hold. It put a lot of entrepreneurs on hold. It put a lot of people trying to expand on hold. I'm into it. I've been to Davis. I've been to Sierra Nevada. I've been to, I guess it's Butte County or Butte County. Am I saying it right?
Yeah, Butte. I think it's Butte.
Butte County. But I know nothing about the beer scene up there. But I know that SoCal ripped off NorCal. All the good breweries that started the whole craft beer thing all were from NorCal. And then SoCal kind of was late to the table. People think San Diego was like the craft beer capital of the world. It wasn't. If you go back 30 years ago, it all stemmed from Russian River and Chico and Mendocino County and Eureka and Racer 5. Who makes Racer 5?
Bear Republic, I think.
Bear
is the brewery.
Republic. It was
Yeah.
Bear Republic. And then it slowly trickled its way down to San Diego, and people think that it was like, yeah, sure, Ballast Point and Stone had been around for, 2 or 3 decades. But the main hub for West Coast IPAs, which is pretty much what made, craft beer was bitter beers, 7% beers, was NorCal. And a lot of people don't know that. It didn't start as a San Diego thing. It started from what you're talking about. I mean, like, outside of Sierra Nevada, what's the biggest brewery in your 30-mile radius that like we would know?
You guys probably know Heretic by Jamil Zanishev. I mean, he's like
I do not.
What?
I do. Heretic? No,
No, do you know Jamil Zanishev?
I do not.
Oh, he
I
wrote
wish I was a
P.O.
better liar.
Damn it.
Yeah.
He's like, I figured he was like a super. Actually, I got one of his books right here that he wrote with Chris White on yeast. That was like this is a game-changing book.
There's
for
a couple
any
Chris
brewer,
Whites.
brewer.
Yeah, Chris White, White Labs.
Yep, White Labs.
Seriously.
These guys know it.
he's-
I'm gonna get trolled right now. Dave Dempster didn't like
Probably.
that. Dave Dempster did not
No.
like that.
Nope.
Goose Fraba did
No,
not like that.
Jamil's been in the game for a long time. He wrote Brewing Classic Styles. So he like won an award for every style in BJCP. He's a super homebrew nerd that opened up Heretic out in Fairfield. They're actually Anheuser-Busch is right next to me in Fairfield as well.
They've got huge production out there with a million silos and giant fermenters that look like the size of roller coasters.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I used to see that in LA.
Yeah, there's a bunch. I mean, I'm trying to think of anything bigger in Sac. I will say, though, my favorite Sacramento brewery, at least right now, is Urban Roots, who is owned, and the head brewer is Peter Hoey. I know he's been a long time, like...
Urban Roots. Put that on your radar,
man.
peoples.
For sure, in Sacramento. They got the best Czech pills. It's like 3.9%, and they come in half-liter steins, and they're just such a crusher.
Dude, 3.9 is the way to go, man. Like,
Yep.
this time of the year, it's going to get even hotter in summer or in September. I know it gets hotter than a motherfucker up in NorCal. I know, like, where you're at, it's like, it gets up to like 100 degrees, right?
Yeah, I mean it's 102 tomorrow, 106 the next day, and 102 again. It gets pretty warm.
Bodine's Brews, Urban Roots is the bomb.
Go.
Okay, how far does Urban Roots distribute? Do they get their beers down to the Central Coast and San Luis Obispo and Paso Robles, or?
You know what? I don't really know like their distribution footprint, but I'm sure they do. I mean, they're, it's like none of them are like, oh my god, amazing, minus that Czech Pills that I love so much.
He's giving Shane Lane's giving you track 7 in sack. What's your take on track 7, Dylan?
Track 7 is pretty trash. Burning Barrel.
I love
I
it.
haven't had any of their beers.
That's why I love this podcast.
Wow.
Yeah, I haven't had any.
No
of their Burning
politicians
Barrels,
here, man. It's locker room talk, man. Let it out, man. I haven't been late in 2 weeks.
It's funny. If you me personally, I just like I don't think anybody has time for being dishonest. So I think
No. We live in a fake social media world. The reason podcasts work and shit like this work is because we stare at social media, the fakest fucking thing of all time, all day. This is why people need the highlight reel, the wedding. Everyone's at a wedding having a good time. Everyone's so pretty and so successful. And then I have them on. I ask a girl out. She fucking hates her parents and she lives at home and I have no friends and yada 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 yada.
Yeah. My personal Instagram account's been flooded with people's fucking kids and like chalkboards and shit of like their first day at school.
Well, everyone's back at school. Everyone's finally back at school. Like it's No, I had to delete my personal Instagram in 2020, but I actually fired it up a month ago to talk to my mother. My mother, she's down there in Uruguay, and I didn't have a phone for a month. Check this out though. You want to see my new phone? I got a new phone today.
Okay. Is it a flip phone?
Oh yeah.
My coworkers got some of that. I work with some blue collar folk, and I think it's so funny when I see people come back with flip phones.
Check it out. Yeah. Nobody's calling me. Nobody wants to text me. Everyone hates me.
Let me see this shit.
$30, brush.
Dude.
You like
That's
that?
exactly what my coworker has.
It's like the Barbie phone. It's like the Ken doll phone. Yeah.
That's legit.
No, I already hate. It's got a camera. It's got like.
Oh.
I tried to click on like Homebrew for Life today. They're like, hey, you get like 1 gigabyte, data byte or whatever, and it just doesn't work. It just does not work.
No one's about to ask you how many minutes you got left on that phone.
I know. I'm gonna get fucking raped. Every minute's gonna be like $3 after yada yada yada.
Like hit me after 9 p.m., bro.
No, so I went to the only reason I got a phone is because my dad's 70 years old and he's trying to hit me up and he just gets frustrated because my only form of communication was Instagram, the way we've been talking through Messenger on my computer, and then Facebook Messenger. But so I go to Target today and I get a phone. I'm like, hey, I just want a phone. They're like, you want like the new Android or the new iPhone 17 or whatever? I'm like, I just want a flip phone. And they're like, you are the youngest guy who's ever wanted one of these phones. I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, everybody who wants one of these phones is like 90 years old, 75 to 90 crowd. And I'm like, what's up with that? They're like, old people just can't do the smartphone. They don't want to learn it. All they want to do is go home and stare at Matlock and The Price is Right. They don't want to know about like all these weird notifications going off and stuff like that. I was like, right on, man. If I could be in the Guinness Book of World Records for the youngest guy that has this track phone, sign me up because I'm super down.
Why don't you want a smartphone?
I can't. I just can't do it anymore. I got out of a 7-year relationship, and one of the things that kind of helped me get over it, I was never like destroyed from it. We were always kind of just friends the whole time, and I still love the person as a person. But I was at the point, and I brought this up a little bit last night, where I had a P.O Box, and I would put my phone in the P.O Box because I need to minimize all distractions. The way I looked at a smartphone for me, it was like just self-inflicted ADD or ADHD. I'm on it. Like I'm on it like a crack addict. Like it's a life support. Like it's my IV. And I got a P.O. Box. I live right here in Carlsbad Village, and there's a USPS, and I've got the smallest P.O. Box. And you are an old soul, CH. I am an old soul. I'll be, I could do YouTube all day. I love the stream. I love YouTube. I'm just weird when it comes to a phone. So I'd put my phone in my P.O. Box. I'd actually run over there, and I'd put it in there.
It's crazy.
And I'd put it in there at 8 in the morning, and I'd come back at about 5 o'clock. And I'm in 10 group text messages throughout the day. Half the time I don't even know what the hell's going on. And some of the times you don't even know whose number it is. And some of them are family. You know, we recently had our grandparents pass away. So now it's all like 1,619 numbers, 858 area codes, and Snapchat. And then you've got your Encinitas friends, and then you've got your brewery friends. And I've got my friends from the Pacific Northwest. I've got my friends from the East Coast. And I would turn my phone on at 5 o'clock, and there's 25 to 200 notifications that would show up.
Wow.
And I wouldn't even know where. And anybody would have this. I'm not bragging that, Johnny Popular. Yeah. If you literally put your phone away, anybody who's on is Instagram as much as I am, text as much as I am, on Snapchat as much as I am, if you stashed your phone for 8 hours and came back to it, it's just like, duh, 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 duh. And I got to the point where it was like, it would piss me off. And I couldn't even like catch up in the conversation. I couldn't even, scroll up to the top and see what they were talking about. Half the time I would just like look at it, it'd give me a headache, and I'd put it back in the P.O Box and just pick it up in the morning. We got to talk. I'm talking to my dad. I'm talking about, we stare at phones all day. And that was another thing, when the iPhone came out and it's like, hey, your average user duration is 3 hours or 4 hours or 5 hours or 6 hours. I was like, dude, this is disgusting. I don't want to know how much I'm staring at this. Like, thank you, but like, don't.
The most depressing like feed.
You're like, hey, today you're 20% down from last week. You were only on your phone for 9 hours today. And I was like, dude, fuck, man, like, fuck. So I got to the point where I would just put my phone and leave it overnight, and I just wouldn't check it for a couple of days. And I got to the point where like I just felt better not having a smartphone. I felt way fucking better, like light years better.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's probably like a really freeing feeling.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, like, I don't have a job. I don't have family. I don't have kids. In 2019, I don't care, if you hate or love Donald Trump. In 2019, the economy was slaying it. And what I mean by slaying it is I was working construction, and everybody was throwing money at their house. Homeowners, every class of homeowner, upper class, middle class, anybody who was a homeowner was dumping money into their house. That's a great sign for how good an economy was doing. And I couldn't have not had a smartphone at that point, because I always poured beer. So you're on like Slack and work apps and yada, yada, yada. And then when I was working construction, we had T-sheets and when I work. So our boss, the general contractor, would have 4 jobs, and he'd want to know like where we're clocking in at. And it was based off GPS. So I would have to be in like, Lucadia or National City or Escondido or something like that. I couldn't have done that with a flip phone. I had to have a smartphone. But, lo and behold, enough of, we get a lot of support from Home Brew for Life. That sort of, we do, but the bills are still there. As of a couple months ago, I'm good to go without a smartphone. I do not need it for work. So that's it. That's the story.
Yeah.
Shane Layton, I deleted Facebook 2 years ago and never missed it. I'm actually back on Facebook.
It's
I'm the only guy that's firing up Facebook. Hey, I'm waiting in a line at Starbucks.
Yeah, that's funny. It's so like I've never used those. Maybe as I was like younger, I guess. But I never used those for like updating people on my life. It's always been like I'll use Facebook for groups, and that's pretty much it.
Dude, I know a lot of people that are in really good Facebook groups. Like I'm in David Heath's Facebook group. I know guys like trying to start out their construction or their brewery stuff, and they'll pay $100 a month, and they will learn a lot. No, but it's like if you're in a Facebook group and you're paying $100 a month, this guy is gonna. At the end of the day, how do you want to be successful? Just copy people who have been successful and see what they do. These are the people that like spill their guts, and it's worked out for everybody I've known. If you're in a Facebook group for $100 a month, if you have the discipline to follow along and do what these people did, it's going to pay in dividends.
For sure.
Without even thinking about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
Tom Alvarado knows what's up.
Yeah, I used to follow a lot of like financial YouTube. That's like mostly what my YouTube is like subscribed to.
Yeah.
I don't know if like you can see you know, like if I checked on yours, like who you're subscribed to, like if somebody clicked on mine, they'd be like, what the fuck is this dude making homebrewing channels for? Because like he has like 5 homebrewing channels and then the rest is all like financial bullshit. But yeah, a lot of people do those like private Facebook groups. I think it's really rad.
Dude,
And
it's a good idea, man. Like if you were to open up a brewery and just like, hey, how to like be successful and talk about like, hey, how do you make like the first 3 steps, you know, going from like a garage band brewery to how to get the canning line to getting into distribution, and then maybe you got bought out or something, like I would totally start a Facebook group and tell other people how to do it. And that's going to be way better than reading a book or working at a brewery. Maybe not, but you know, better than, you know, watching YouTube videos and stuff like that.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I want to do that. That's like part of the. It's funny because the YouTube channel's kind of evolved. From when I started it, I was like, I want to make more brand awareness. You know, in case I open the brewery.
Wow.
And you know, do like the same stupid shit. Because if you go back to like my first ones, like how to start a yeast starter and like all this stupid shit.
I made that video.
Oh man, but which is crazy. I still get comments, and it was like the worst audio and video of all time. But anyways, and then it's like morphed into something like where I don't even feel comfortable posting on Hop Killer's account, like those brewery spotlights, for example. Like that's not homebrewing. That's professional breweries and their story from creation, you know, from planning to creation to execution to now and future. I mean, that has nothing to do with it. And you know, my interests have shifted as well. And you know, I hate to say that on this, but just being honest,
that's what we're here for.
Last videos is, you know, they're cool, but one, like you say, like I've heard you say a few times, like getting the same shots all the time is so fucking boring.
Right.
Like it's so boring.
Right.
But you know, and it's really cool when you watch it. So you know, I don't want to down it to the viewers, but when you're making it, it's like so monotonous. And
dude,
actually, like when you brew without it, it's such a nice brew day.
It is, and when you're not, you know, when you're not filming a brew day, it's like, whoa, this is peaceful and yada yada yada. And I talk to everybody that makes YouTube videos except for the Homebrew Challenge. I talk to Clawhammer, I talk to David Heath, I talk to everybody except those English guys, the shitheads, the craft beer channel, the blokes. I tried to get them on, and they kind of fucked with me, and I didn't like them, and I never really liked their channel. They were just way too kind of a game show hosty for me, and they don't really know. I could just look at a channel and I could tell, like, you don't know shit about beer and you're kind of just making this up on the fly and you're going way too much off personality. But we have the same conversation. Like everybody has the same conversation. We're like, I can't shoot this shit anymore. I can't shoot this grain shot. And some guys don't. And I don't think the Homebrew Challenge even does anymore. He's got so much slow motion footage of like grain going into a mash and yada, yada, yada. And that's smart. And I've kind of done a video where I've used old footage, but for the most part, like we'll still shoot it because I want to, like, you know, if maybe Maury's on the mill that day or Donnie's on the mill that day or yada, yada, yada. But it would be so easy just to fake it. And I'm not saying anybody's faking it. You know, except for the craft beer channel, those guys fake every fucking video, but they're not brewers. They're trying to do the whole cooking channel, not cooking channel, but remember 10 or 15 years ago when guys were like, hey, today we're, you know, like Anthony Bourdain and stuff like that. Hey, we're gonna go here and like do that. Like that's that. I can watch their channel like. From 5 seconds, I could tell I'm not going to learn anything at all from this. As far as brewing goes, I can learn probably about some marketing aspects. Yeah. I could learn about some, you know, ways they sell merch or sell themselves outside of the channel. But it takes me 5 seconds to look at a channel and like, this channel knows what they're talking about. This channel has no idea. I get it. Beer's popular. Everybody wants to be around beer. I want to be around beer. I want to be around beer without owning a brewery. I started a YouTube channel. It was kind of yada, yada, yada. And we really didn't start going full blast up until COVID when we, you know, I lost my jobs, yada, yada, yada. Dan Diego, I get the same vibe from their video. But I'll watch their videos. We're talking about the craft beer channel. And they'll be like, hey, it's a 20-minute video. I'm like, what's the difference between, I don't know, porters and stouts? Easy, I could tell you in 10 seconds. One of them has roasted barley. Even with or without roasted barley, it's still kind of the same beer. but everything's like, what up? Like, come on down. And we do that. That's fine. But like, I'm not going to learn anything from this channel. I'm not going to learn anything from this channel.
I think they know that. You know, I think they do. I'm sure they do. But I think God, that's what I love about creative content in general. Is like that. For example, you compare Homebrew for Life and the Craft Brew channel, and you're getting entertainment from one and value through entertainment, and then you're getting like usually information and knowledge from yours, and still getting value, but just in a different format. You know, and yeah, I mean, it's like I watch some of their shit sometimes, but I'm a sucker for like entrepreneurial stories.
David Collette is exactly right. They're not brewers, they're reviewers. He hit the nail on the head. That was a great way to put it.
Yeah, but I love the way they tell a story, you know, and that's not easy. But yeah, I mean, I agree. They're not over here giving you fucking brewing secrets, you know.
No,
that's not what they're doing.
No, and at the end of the day, you know, Dylan, like, how many people put out how to make pizza videos or how to make lemonade videos? At the end of the day, it's like,
yeah,
you know, there's only so many certain ways to put it out. And I don't know. Are you kind of like me? Like, I try to watch as many homebrewing channels as possible and kind of see what they're doing from, you know, kind of maybe innovation versus production versus like, what are they doing? And everyone's different, and I'm not trying to compare myself to anybody except if you're like, the Josh Wiseman video kind of rubbed me the wrong way because he was like, hey, we're going to like make beer today, but it was like pretty much the John Palmer book from 20 years ago. And for anybody who's been brewing, you know that the methods, the techniques, and the recipes are completely different. You know, nobody uses like glass, nobody ferments for 3 weeks, nobody really bottles, nobody like adds all this weird crazy shit. And I kind of have a passion, you know, at the end of the day, we're kind of this bullshit YouTube channel, but I want people to know from my trial and error or my mistakes, you don't have to do that. Like, you can do it faster. Yeah. Like, you can like make better beer without, you know, buying a $1,500 yada, 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 you know, stainless steel RoboCop machine. But, you know, at the end of the day, like, who the fuck am I? You know, I'm just a guy that has a microphone and I preach shit into the ethos.
Pretty crazy what a following does, huh?
What's up?
It's pretty crazy what a following can do, huh?
You're talking about Josh Wiseman?
Like, no, you, like, subscribers. Like, you're just out here making videos. Like, you just describe how you make them. And, you know, people get, like, so much value out of that. And look at the people here in the chat. I mean, it's pretty crazy to think about, at least for me.
Dude, I love this. We've been doing this for a while. We've been coming up on this for a year. And Dylan, I really appreciate you being here. Everybody who's in here right now. And like I said, you know, Homebrew for Life, we put out a video here, we put out a video there. And then I think when COVID hit, I put out like how to make a corny keg or how to make a keg grater. And then it went from like 5,000 subscribers to, we legitimately were putting out YouTube videos for a couple of years. And we had like maybe 2,000 subscribers after year 3. And then after that, I was like, you know what? We all like bought into COVID. We still kind of might, you know, but when it was like, hey, social distancing is like a real thing. Like, I was like, hey, I don't have jobs. I'm collecting unemployment. It was like water profile chemistry, how to clean a corny keg, like how to clean beer faucets, all these little videos that are just tutorials. And then it went to like 10,000 and then to 25,000 and then to 25,000, whatever. And it's like, hey, like, this is cool. People are here right now and I'm super grateful. This happened like pretty fast.
Yeah. The scale past 1,000. Like, I think you even said that to me when I passed 1,000. It's pretty crazy. And it's funny. It's like, I barely post any videos past 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Since, which I'll get to later. But, you know, I'm almost at 1,800 and I haven't done anything really. I posted a few short stories. Homeboy, James Johns, asked
Dylan, you got 50 people watching here right now, man. You better say everything right. It better be by the book. It better be
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm kidding, man. I've never known what I'm talking about.
You know, fake it till you make it.
I'll fake it till I die. I'm going to fake it till I die. I'm already dead. I'm fucking Beetlejuice of the brew world.
This is just a a simulation anyway, so we're good.
Yeah.
I've seen you in your videos talking about making $4 a video. Does YouTube pay any of the bills? Brewing isn't cheap, and the YouTube gear is pricey too. I know you've talked about that in the past, but do you want to hit on James Johns, or are you going to direct him elsewhere?
Sure. How do you make a living off YouTube?
Well, I think he's asking about you in particular. It sounds like he wants to start a homebrewing channel.
Yeah. Long story short, as far as ad revenue goes, it comes out to about the safest bet is about 250 views equals $1. Dylan, do you agree with that? If you look at like if you get 1,000 views in a day, it's about $3 or $4.
You know what? I really don't know. I actually got my first check from YouTube ad revenue because I like didn't fill out some of the information, so it was like pending for a while.
Yeah, they fuck with you.
They
fuck with you, man.
I got $144, and that was from the time
it was like 3 months. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was
Wow.
pennies in reference to like time that you put in. And you've talked about that before. I've heard you talk about that with like Brian from Short Circuit.
Oh yeah.
And all that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube ad revenue used to be the shit. Like I think at one point it started out with a 50-50 split. That we're talking about the advertisers that used to, buy whatever on terrestrial television, Burger King, movies coming out. So they're all pulling out of regular TV and they're putting their money into YouTube and Facebook and Twitch and yada yada yada. Back in the day it was like 50-50. The YouTube got 50%. And the creators got 50%. Now that we're at like a 72-38 split. And I'm not complaining at all. I make my living off YouTube and I love everything about it. But this is the reality of what it takes to not make a living off YouTube, but how much money you get. So
Houston the Beast brings up the affiliate programs, and I think that makes Amazon is the only one.
Affiliate's the shit. Amazon's affiliate. Yeah, because you can sell it without selling it. There's people that are like, hey, check out more beer, or buy this $1,000 system, 5% off. I already know. No, it's already weird for me. Affiliate's cool because I actually use these Amazon products. Hey, this is an Inkbird. This is temperature control. This is, a product on Amazon that has 5,000 reviews that are all positive, yada, yada, yada. That's cool. What makes Homebrew for Life, we sell a lot of merch and we get a lot of super chat donations.
Yeah, the super chats I've been noticing are stacking for you. That's really cool.
YouTube takes 30%. YouTube takes 30%. A fuck ton. A fuck ton.
Whoa,
yeah, just
30%.
30%. Twitch takes 30% too. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So after taxes, you have to pay 20% off that because YouTube's...
Yeah, so you're getting half of what everybody
You're pretty much getting half, right.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy. YouTube comes out as like equality and like, Black Lives Matter and equality and there's all this like unity stuff. They are the most money-hungry motherfuckers who have ever existed. Everybody is.
Theirs, for sure.
Everybody is. They come out talking about like support, black business and all this equality in the world. They are the most greedy motherfuckers. Day by day by day by day, they are trying to find like pennies off the percentage of that margin. And that's...
What about Patreon? This guy asked, the same guy that was asking about the money.
Can't do it. I support a lot of YouTube channels. I buy their merch. I donate to their super chats. I donate to their live streams. I would never put my credit card into someone's Patreon where it's like, calculated every month. Hey, it works out for a lot of people. It's just not me. There's a certain level of
Venmo. It's weird. It's almost like you're begging for money. I feel like if you put your Venmo account, that's pretty weird. Like your PayPal too, like make a donation.
Yeah.
And that's weird. I don't know. That's just kind of weird.
Yeah,
I get turned off when I see it, so I definitely wouldn't put it myself.
No, and sometimes you see some cringiness and it's good education because it tells you what not to do. It teaches you like, hey, like do not do that. And I'm not saying that in a YouTube standpoint, but I'm saying that, from maybe a mom and pop store or a online e-commerce store. You're like, damn, that was cringy. Like that, like you guys are playing the whole like maybe not victim card, but like, hey, every Saturday 10% goes to this charity. It's like, okay. I just want your food. I just want your burrito. I just want your teriyaki chicken. Like, okay.
Homeboys are asking for your OnlyFans already.
OnlyFans, man. My penis is only 2 inches from the ground. Mo.
Say it. M. No.
B. Just say it. C.
Hey, hold it down. I gotta hit the head. I'll be right back.
All right, go for it. Throw in your questions. He's throwing it up. If you guys have any questions for me, put in the chat, and I can shoot you a response. Yeah, but like CH was saying, I really don't have any plans to open a brewery currently. I've like gone in and out of the idea for years. Like I said, pretty much since I started, and yeah, I don't know. If I were to give any advice, I think the most oversaid advice for people interested in opening their own brewery, or wanting to do that route, definitely go work for a commercial brewery first. Moonlight if you have to, for sure. So we'll start from the top. TA Alvarado, what's your favorite beer to brew? I go both ways with that. Heyo. I love to brew imperial stouts for 2 reasons. One, it usually maxes the mash tun. 2, normally I'm a super Kiss fan, so like keep it simple, stupid. If you guys watch The Office, and all my other recipes are really minimalistic. So I use a lot of base malts and a lot of mixes of base malts.
Wow.
But with an imperial stout, I tend to go very home brewery and use a lot, and it's not something I normally do. That's one that I like to brew, and I really love to brew other shit that's very simple, like a Kolsch that's 1 malt, 1 hop, and just burn and turn and get that brew done. Those are my 2 favorite styles: simple and imperial stouts. Pretty much about it. Hey Hop Killer, how much of the beer you brew do you give away to friends and fam? That's I'm like a chef that doesn't want to eat his own food kind of shit. I do give a lot of beer away. A lot of locals will make quote-unquote donations for ingredients and can costs if I do can it, which I fucking hate canning and bottling. But that's a good way to like be able to brew and get it out the door and then drink some in the same. Actually, if you guys follow me on YouTube or Instagram, sorry.
We got all your links in the description. We got the YouTube and got the. Please subscribe to the Hop Killer, man.
Yeah,
please subscribe to
if
the
you
Hop
want
Killer,
to.
man.
Watch the content first.
I don't even
Tell me
care
to
if you
fuck
want
off.
to. I don't even care if
Tell
you
me
want
to
to.
fuck off a few times, and then
Yes.
if you want to subscribe, then go for it.
Yes.
Yeah, but if you follow me on Instagram, I actually just started something that I really am super stoked about. I started it's called a Killer Crew membership, and basically what that was is I opened it up for, in this case, 30 people, and I'm playing brewery. So I got a graphic designer to make a T-shirt. It's really rad. I don't know how to share a screen, but if I could, I would show you. I got custom beer glasses made. I got the T-shirts made, keychains, air fresheners, and then the kicker is I'm gonna do a membership beer every single month for 12 months. So it's a year-long membership, and they get 2 16-ounce cans for free because you can't sell homebrew, and and
I mean, you can, just don't get caught.
well, they're buying a really expensive.
I'm
T-shirt.
kidding.
They're
I'm
just
kidding.
happen
I'm
to be
kidding.
getting free
I'm
beer.
full of shit. I'm always full of shit.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, Dylan, for the record, I make a living off YouTube, but trust me, I struggle to get by every month. Like,
What's your goals, bro? Well, we'll talk about it in a second. Let me
All
answer
right,
this
sorry.
question.
Yeah.
With that, and then
Yeah.
it's so funny. I've been wondering this for since I've been watching you.
let's hear it.
Yeah.
How big's my penis? Sucks.
Yeah. Well, we already know 2 inches from the ground.
Mid-joke.
Your 7-year relationship didn't end for nothing. So.
Hey, he wants a T-shirt.
You can't.
Dylan, he
can't
wants a
do it.
T-shirt. He wants a T-shirt.
Oh, I got one of these. I got like a basic generic Hop Killer T-shirt, but I don't have any of the membership.
Wow.
Those are all the beers, membership, glasses, all that shit. They're strictly for the members, which is really cool and exciting. That actually kind of re-sparked a little bit of brewing passion for me because I get to brew these beers that I love to drink one of, and I get to brew a full batch and give it out to people, which I actually enjoy giving my beer out to other people more than I enjoy drinking it myself, more times than not. So I give out a lot, to answer your question in a very long way. How do you feel? How impacted do you feel East Bay, Sac areas in terms of breweries? 150 sounds like a lot. A lot of them really buckled down and started canning. And if you look at Alcohol definitely did not take a hit as far as like a nation standpoint.
No,
Alcohol sales were through the roof.
It's
Just like
recession
every
proof.
recession, depression, alcohol sales never really falter. Now, if you want to try and sell $30 4-packs, that's a different story. But even then, I'm sure they're doing just fine. How should I put blackberries in a beer? Well, it depends on your goal. If you want to get the maximized blackberry flavor, aroma, and some of that acid content, I would definitely go after terminal once it's cold, and you can kind of puree it, freeze it, puree it, and then throw it in. Just make sure you never let it warm up because it could just blow up. What's your biggest hurdle for opening a brewery?
Politicians.
What's that?
I would say politicians for San Diegans.
Oh, so like legalities, permitting,
Just
shit like that.
Yeah, you can't open.
Yeah.
You have to shut down. You can't do this. You can't do that. That's outside of your control. Like, you have no idea what's going on.
I would tell you,
Wayward
there's
Brewing.
so
Shout
What's
out to, we got a super chat from Wayward Brewing.
Oh, fuck yeah. Wayward Brewing. Where's that at? If you can leave a chat down, that'd be great.
Okay,
What are you
Dylan,
drinking now, bro?
what am I drinking right now? I'm doing the Spanish Caravan Guava Blonde.
So
Dylan,
you're into these fruited sours. Go, yeah, what?
when you get that brewery going, man, I'm going to come up. I told you I'd do it for anybody who comes on the show. I will, hopefully the channel's doing a little bit better and I've got a little bit more disposable income. And when you get that open, I will fly into Oakland or SFO and we will make it happen, bro. It's just right here.
No doubt. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah.
It's going to happen.
If and when that happens, we'll do it.
It's not an if. It's a when.
Maybe. Yeah.
What are you talking about? You're psyching yourself out?
No, I mean, right now I'm like kind of off the table. I just don't really like.
Seriously.
It's not like pulling me out of my seat like it once was. Like when you have that really like, I can only do one thing, and that's open a brewery and run a brewery. I don't have that, at least not right now, which is weird because I kind of go in and out. That's also scary at the same time. I want to open a
The
brewery.
passion flame kind of dwindles a little bit here and there.
I wouldn't say a passion flame as far as brewing goes,
Back
but
off, war child.
the
Seriously.
desire to risk the opening of a brewery definitely goes in and out for sure. And that's all dependent on the economy, the state of the world. I don't want to get political, but I would fucking hate to open a business right now. Unless
I would-
there's something.
I would not open a business in California. I'm 100% with you. It's
I don't even want to
it's,
fucking.
it's a fucking
Yeah, bro.
serious reality. It is an
I want to
insanely.
sell my fucking house and get the fuck out of California, bro.
I
It's
know,
not like
I know,
what
I
wanna
know.
do.
And that's what I was saying like earlier. Like if I was, when I was 22, I was in Sonoma and I was this long-haired like hippie dippy kid. I didn't know about like narratives and cash pigs and clickbait and stuff like that. The older you get, you're like, when you start making money, you're like, you really need to kind of pay attention to people that cannot fuck with you.
Yeah.
When you have a job and you're making money and there's health insurance and there's permits, you need to know or go to a place where people cannot fuck with you. And,
Yeah.
even with construction, I worked with a lot of guys that just bailed to Texas. They're like, California, there's way too many permits. California is the worst fucking state to own a
Yeah, I
house,
work
to
in
own a
the-
business. Like, it is a horrible state.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's funny. As a landlord, not that I am, I'm saying as one, because that's that's what I
Back
want
off,
to do
war child,
next.
seriously.
Dude, like California would be the worst fucking state to own a house and rent that shit out because the tenant has all the power.
They have all the
Yeah.
power. It's a tenant state. It's an employee state. If you're an owner or a landlord, you're fucked. You're
You're
fucked.
so fucked.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
You got to
I work
move
in
to
the
Florida,
petrochemical
dude.
industry.
You got to move to Florida. You can kick him out. You can fire him. Like there's no like.
Yeah, there's no bullshit.
There's no
That
bullshit.
fucking- you don't have a fucking smartphone, but maybe you have the TV. That fucking governor, bro. That fool lays his dick on the table, and
Wha-
every time his shit is bigger, bro.
I'm with you, but we should probably switch gears because there's,
Yeah,
we're talking
anyways.
politics. But we could talk about this after. But people that make money or want to be entrepreneurs,
Don't open a brewery.
don't in California, yeah. Mentor, me chug, and on that note.
For real.
No, it's heavy. Even a brewery or construction or whatever, like California will fucking ass rape you. There's so many loopholes and they can get any type of money any which way. Even to have home brew for life, I'm looking at this like business license from the state, from federal, from city of fucking California. All everybody wants like $40. I'm a YouTube channel, dude. Like I'm a YouTube channel. Like, fuck all you guys, man.
Yeah. Yeah. That James Johns guy, he keeps asking a bunch of like business questions. If you go to
Move to Tennessee, move to Texas, move to Puerto Rico.
everybody says that in Texas until you fucking step outside in a summer day and it's pouring rain, 100 degrees and 100% humidity. That sounds terrible, especially if you work outside like I do.
Just go inside and hang out on MySpace and Facebook and Instagram all day.
Get over here.
Come to Tennessee, David Collette. Come to Tennessee. I'm on board. I want to go to Tennessee. I want to go to Tennessee.
Sounds cool. Sounds really cool. State sounds really nice. Pretty. That dude, if you sign up for, I think it's the Craft Brewers Association. They
Wayward
like
Brewing. Yes. I need a permit in California to have a YouTube channel. I'm sorry to cut you off. Yes, I need to have a business license to have a YouTube channel in California. Wayward Brewing. Yes. $48. $49.
Yeah, that varies county to county. Sign up for the Craft Brewers Association. They have a ton of
Yeast in the brush.
analytics as far as like brewery openings, consumption state to state. They have, it's funny, the saved seminars that they have available would 10 times pay for the amount that it costs to sign up and listen to those. If you're serious about opening a brewery.
Okay.
I think it's like $200.
If I pay $50 to have a YouTube channel, where does that money go to? Like, realistically, where to secretaries' fat asses, to cops' new cars? Like, where does that go? Where does my $50 to have a YouTube channel in California go to?
You go straight to your city or county, depending on who you got that business license from, and that goes directly
To the mayor's
the fat
salaries or
asses
whatever?
and-
Yeah, it's
the
insane.
mayor's- yeah.
It's insane.
Well, that, and then supposedly it goes to the city, but $50 ain't getting you anything. So yeah, no.
Dude, Dylan, I don't see it because I'm a 1099 miscellaneous. Amazon, YouTube ad revenue, super chats, Teespring, yada yada yada. I get raped harder than anybody.
That's the most packed class.
Right. If a guy wants to buy a $25 T-shirt, I get like $5 of it, and I'm
Why do
grateful
you not
for
have
it.
an LLC, bro?
I don't know because I'm not that smart.
You need, no,
And
dude, you need to get it. I'm not going to talk anymore because it's a homebrewing channel, but we could talk after. But yeah,
We can talk after. We'll talk after. All right. Simcoe or Mosaic? Simcoe or Mosaic? Hey, 52 people. We didn't get 52
Dude,
people
that's
last
a really
night.
hard one.
Dude,
Simcoe or Mosaic? And
Simcoe or
Man.
Mosaic?
Seriously.
Simcoe or
that's hard,
Mosaic?
bro. I'm a sucker for Mosaic, but I do love Simcoe so much.
I mean, they've been around pretty much since craft beer in Southern California.
Well, Mosaic, if I'm not misled, and somebody can correct me in the comments.
Goes to Gavin Newsom's
Mosaic's
spot.
shut the fuck
Okay, we're
up.
done. We're done. I have a
This
tattoo of Gavin Newsom. Yeah.
You fucking do not have a tattoo of him.
Yeah, he's gotten me through some very difficult times, especially the time he told everybody in California you can't go anywhere, and then he got busted going everywhere. Okay, we're done. We're done. We're done. All right.
Damn.
We're done.
Simcoe. I think Mosaic is the daughter of Simcoe, if I'm not mistaken, but I do love them both. Best Arnold impression? You have come to the wrong live chat, bro. Not
Thunder
me,
Brew,
ABC.
Simcoe. Josh Utley feed picks. I actually have my feet going off right now. I might have.
What's your favorite style to drink, bro?
Mine? Probably hate all I cared about. We got a shout out from Portly Gentleman. Portly
What a
Bride.
man.
Yeah, I wish I
That
could.
guy does it right. With his
Dude,
YouTube.
I just don't
If you
know.
want to make money in brewing, bro, just do product reviews, but you have to outlay the capital. He's got like an aperture fucking whatever D120 light. He's got the fucking 2 cameras. He's got a slider, the whole 9.
I love his channel, but I don't know what's going on because it's such. And I've said this before. Like, there's classes of homebrewer. Like, he's the upper
Exactly.
class. You know,
Yeah.
Brew Cabins is the upper class. Some guys that have these Spike CF5s and Brew Tools stuff like that. I just don't know what's going on. It's just a different language, a little bit, different terminology, And I know a lot of people are into that. There's 5 groups of people that are mechanics that are into cars. Some people want, the Ferraris and the Lamborghinis. I want the 94 Tacoma truck, 2.4 liter, and I want to take it apart and I want to build it back together. That's just how I am. Because at the end of the day, I'm just an A to B person. I'm A to B. A to B. I don't care if it's a Lamborghini or a Camry or a go-kart from the Little Giants? How did you get there? Did it break down? How does it have longevity? Yada, 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 yada. Functional.
Homeboy, Red Green 1. What's good to make and cellar now for winter? My answer.
Icebox IPA.
Back off.
What the fuck is an Icebox IPA?
Little Giants, man. The chick that used to fucking light everybody up.
What?
You never saw the Little Giants?
I don't know.
Bruh.
I'm like 12, bro.
Dude, Ed O'Neill, Al Bundy. Who's seen the Little Giants? Icebox?
Al Bundy. I've seen Wife and Kids or whatever that movie.
Bro, you're about to get trolled, man. Icebox.
Oh, that's all right.
No, we're kidding. Icebox was the chick that they wouldn't let her play football because she was a girl, but she was like the best player on the field. She, we all knew that girl from high school that could like actually probably play NFL football and just light everybody up.
Dig than most of the football team.
Right.
Yeah.
And they didn't let her play till the end. This is like, you couldn't make that movie anymore. It's like girls can't play sports, yada, yada, yada. He's too young, Goose Fraba. Icebox was the girl that was the Ray Lewis, the Lawrence Taylor that would like light every fucking guy's light up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's Icebox.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Little Giants.
Icebox IPA. Nobody knows. What's a real answer? Or is that your real answer?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
About what?
What's good to make now and cellar for the winter time?
What's good to make now?
Tomorrow to drink in December, maybe for Thanksgiving or something.
I wouldn't do barrel aged sour because you don't have to do that anymore because there's innovations in souring. I'd probably do a barrel aged stout.
There you go.
In a tequila or whiskey barrel.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. And those are not cheap. Whiskey barrels and tequila barrels, they are not free. They definitely cost money. You are so much
better off like collaborating with other home brewers and getting like a full size barrel. Well, the tequila and the whatever other barrel, like good luck fucking sourcing that.
I've seen them.
Have you?
Oh yeah.
Available to you?
In the smaller versions, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
You see the small little ones,
the 5 gallons.
The 5 gallons
10 or whatever.
Yeah, you could put it on like a shelf or something. But
I would definitely fuck with an Oktoberfest right now, bro.
Or a really good pumpkin beer. Or a really good pumpkin beer.
Pumpkin beer, a dunkel would be. I'm a fucking sucker for lagers.
Dylan, have you ever had a really good pumpkin beer? Not a homebrew. Either have I. Nope. I've never had a good pumpkin beer.
Never even had a good commercial homebrew. Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I know.
Midwest, poorly gentlemen's like Midwest Barrel Supply.
Whoa.
Use my link for a discount.
No, he's not. Bradley.
I'm just fucking.
Bradley, cruise on, man. Let's NBC him.
Yeah.
Should we do an NBC? I'm cruising up to LA next month. We're gonna do a collab. Even though I don't know if Brad knows or doesn't know, but Pros with Peter's up there. The Brew Show's up there. I've been with Pros with Peter, the Brew Show pretty much since day one, and I've got a deal. When he gets 10,000 YouTube subscribers, I have to buy him a brand new Nintendo Switch.
There you go. You better save up. Save those pennies. Save those YouTube pennies.
I know. I'm already going to Coinstar every day to cash out those vouchers right now.
Talk about 30%.
Yeah, and if I don't get him to cash out from the Vaughn's ladies or whatever, I get the Amazon voucher, so I save 9% of every dollar. But I'm gonna get it for him. Thunder Brew. I have not had a good pumpkin IPA. I'm with CH. I haven't had one. You know what? The thing about pumpkin beer is I don't know like the bar. I don't know like what was the good one and then how to like work yourself up or down from that.
Yeah.
Every one I've ever had just tastes like it was fastly produced, too much cinnamon, way too much nutmeg, no carbonation. And they were just pretty much going off branding. Like who's got the coolest word pun or the coolest graphic. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
wow.
What is Michael Tomsmeyer, who wrote the American Sour Beer book, who owns Sapwood Cellars with fucking, what's his name? Who wrote the new IPA book, which was a fucking phenomenal book if you guys are interested in hoppy beers. But he said the best way to make a pumpkin beer is to not use any pumpkin at all. Just use all the things that like
pretty much pumpkin pie. Yeah, like just go off with it doing pumpkin pie.
Nutmeg, cinnamon, be easy on both because those are pretty overwhelming and all.
I know,
the
like
rest, so
that's a good point. Like, what's a real good pumpkin taste? Like, what is
something
it?
that tastes like a pumpkin pie. I mean, I wouldn't use pumpkin in a pumpkin beer.
But pumpkin pie pretty much tastes like nutmeg, cinnamon, and cheesecake.
Exact. Well, yeah. Use graham cracker, nutmeg, and
Graham
a
cracker,
little vanilla.
Yeah, little calorie
Vanilla,
cream and
like, 'cause
extract.
It's not sweet. It just like implies sweetness because you just have that connection to it. But
Right.
that and then cinnamon. But be light on the cinnamon. I think.
Cinnamon is such a great hack. Whether it's beer or toast or something, like if you just make toast with butter and put a little bit of cinnamon sugar on it, everything tastes like cinnamon toast crunch. Everything tastes like cinnamon toast crunch.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was like one of my favorite things when my parents weren't looking, or my mom.
Growing up,
Like,
cinnamon toast crunch.
Yeah, I'm gonna put some butter on some and put some
Dude, put that
sugar
shit.
cinnamon on.
Put it on spaghetti, man. Fucking,
I've
step
seen
aside
that,
cocaine, man. I'm gonna snort the fucking Keebler Elf cinnamon toast crunch shit.
Damn, we're past it.
All right,
What else? Used to be potato. No, I'm not gonna use clove. Oh, clove, yeah, clove for sure.
We got to get the Portly Barrage on sooner than later. I'm going to try to fill these Thursdays up really quick. Shout out to who I know people kind of come and go. This is Dylan out there. He's in Dixon up there in Northern California, a little bit south of UC Davis. And we're having a good time. We're chilling out, Just because we see 50 people viewing or 50 people watching doesn't mean it's the same 50 people. Dude, it's like this ever rotating door. People come in, people come out, yada, yada, yada.
No, it's cool. I think it's awesome.
This is fun, huh?
Yeah. Again, thanks for having me on.
Absolutely,
it's been a long
man.
time in the making. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for a little bit, and I think the podcast is probably dead. I never really knew
Janice. Yeah.
I know YouTube. I know Yeast and the Beast. Dylan, do you spit hot fire? I don't know
Good
if you
one.
want to answer that or
No.
not. Yeah.
I get that every day.
Yeah.
Damn near when I meet somebody new.
I get that every time from my roommates. and my
Dylon.
local family.
Dylon.
Child, seriously.
No, man, I'm super glad you're on. Portly
man.
gentlemen, can't come on tonight. My shit is all taken apart. No, man, Portly Brad, we'll get you on sooner or later. Dill, hold it down. I'm gonna hit the head one more time, and I'll be right back.
Jesus, you broke the seal, dog.
Yeah, man. I went from camel to
alright.
fucking anti-camel. Hold it down.
Well, when you get back, I'm gonna need to go grab some anyways. But I'll go ahead, go for
All
it.
right. We can't leave at the same time.
Huh? Yeah, whatever. Go for it. Hey, Hop Killer, are you letting your membership peeps choose the beer style? Homeboy just dropped a $14.99 super chat from Bodine Brews. You're the fucking man for supporting this, really. And I mean, I'm sure that means a ton. It does mean a ton to CH for sure, and the fact that you're willing to, show your support for the flip phone. That was half his flip phone, by the way. Well, half of half because taxes and fees. Do I let my members pick the beer styles? I don't. I haven't. It's actually the first month, and the first membership beers, it's gonna be a double hazy IPA with a ridiculous amount of dry hop, like about the 7+ pound per barrel range for any professional brewers or people that equate dry hops in that manner.
All right, Dill, you're up, Raj.
No, you're good. I'm gonna finish this question, and then
Bodine's Brews for the flip phone.
Yeah, no, I know. I shouted him out. What a homie.
Bodine's Brews is right here, man.
Yeah. No, I don't have any. If they want to pick the style, they definitely can, because I mean the membership is about them. So that's definitely. I will open that later, or if somebody doesn't want to, or majority don't want the beer style. But so far, I think everybody's pretty chill with whatever they get. The prostate, man, that's rough. All right, I'm gonna go piss.
All right,
and,
do it. I'm coming back.
Damn, T.A. Alvarado, what a homie.
What happened?
No roommate fun in full effect. I'll be right back.
What happened? Tom Alvarado, man. Cheers, man. This one's for you. This one's for you and Bodine's. We're going to the other side. We're doing a Ramble IPA. No more Gavin Newsom, even though we're only going to talk about Gavin Newsom. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, Tom Alvarado, man. Cheers, man. I'm still kind of surprised I have not met you in real life, but we are cooking with grease. We got a couple more beers left. Let me try to pull this up a little bit. Yeah, I don't think we've really done a mandatory beer chug yet. How's this? How's this? Big shout out to Dylan from Hop Killer, man. This is rad. I got to get him on more. Ramble On, Booze Brothers. 7% West Coast IPA. Booze Brothers always has the best graphic design stuff. I'm not going to pour it in a glass. You know what I am, because it's Portly Gentleman. It's the Portly Barrage. Today we're going to talk about the beer and watch baseball from Iowa. Shout out to Todd Porter. Here we go. Here we are. Here we go. Goose Fraba. Social distancing gorillas. That's not a double smash. Tom Alvarado. Thanks for the super chat, man. Much appreciated. Shout out to Tom Alvarado. Shout out to Bodine's Brews. I can still see him showing up over here. Shout out to everybody. We still got Jason Kendrick. Yeah, we're going to get down. We'll do a man show beer truck. Let's light this crowd candle.
Say it. M. No.
B.
Just say it.
C.
He's back. We're all back. We just did NBC. Shout out to Ryan Carter. Shout out to Hector Topetti.
Yeah.
All right, we're going into the west side, the south side. You know what? You know what's crazy? The Thursday thing's a new vibe, and we actually have more people on Thursday sometimes than Wednesday. So shout out to you guys.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it's because Dylan's here.
Say it. Yeah.
Well, you did post probably the best looking photo of me you could have. So
You saw the thumbnail?
yeah, good.
Right on, man. You know. We've never had it up to 100 people, but that's one of the goals we'll have before the year is over.
There you go. That's a pretty attainable goal.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, sometimes it's 70 people, sometimes it's 30, but people watch us in the morning, and I get the comments are like, hey, super glad, Dylan was on, or super glad, Jorge Castro was on, and it's kind of turns into a little mini podcast of its own.
Totally.
Yeah.
Can you bring other people into this chat right now?
Oh, we've had like 4 people at one time, but it's just drunk people talking over drunk people. David Collette, I missed yesterday. Had to work late. Pleasant surprise Thursday night. Cheers, David Collette. Dilly dilly. Rock and roll, baby.
There we go, dude.
Yeah. So we're coming down to we got a half an hour left. Anybody got any questions for Dylan? Do you guys mind subscribing to his channel? We're going to do this right now. So Dylan I love doing this. We did this with Just Brewing. We do this with everybody. Okay, so Dylan's
1784 before this started.
1784. Let me write this down.
Yeah.
You said 1784?
No fault to anybody else. I haven't posted shit in a while, so.
So this is a network. We're fucking barrages. We're networking.
We are barraging pretty hard.
1784, you said, correct, right?
Yeah.
All right. Chalky White already said he's subscribed. Already done, man. Shout out to Chalky White.
What's the channel? David Collette. It's Hop Killer Brewery.
All right. Party Time 2. Party Time's.
homies.
I got to get Party Time on. He's up there in Canada. Tom Alvarado. Okay. Are you still at 1784?
I haven't checked because I have my live feed. The YouTube's on my phone right now. But these are in Fresno. These are trash. Have you had? I'm like so relentless on.
Wayward. It's in the link. Subscribe to Hop Killer. It's got to be the first one. Yeah, the first one I posted was the YouTube link.
It says YT for YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jorge Castro is still here. Jorge Castro is still here. He's my barrage out there in Puerto Rico on the west side. West
nice.
side? Yeah.
Do you speak fluent Spanish at all?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he does.
You work construction and work close to the border. I would hope so.
Wait, what?
I said you work construction and live close to the border.
Oh, you're talking to me.
Yeah.
Fluent Spanish? I used to speak it much more better.
Much more better. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo quiero aprenderlo Cada minuto. When I was in junior high, it was the only fucking class I wouldn't get kicked out of because it was the only class I could actually talk in. And I was like the best white public speaker in Encinitas.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You gotta credit the fuck out of like, I mean, so you worked in construction and
Oh, yeah.
I work in petrochemical, so like all the refineries and super blue collar, just like construction.
I don't know. What's petrochemicals?
Refineries, so like Shell, Chevron, Valero, people that make gasoline.
Dylan, check it out. Gun Red subbed. I like this Dylan guy. Gave you the fucking emoji, Braj.
Oh, he gave me the fucking
the bull and the horns, man. The bull and the horns.
Yeah.
No, to answer your question, I was never fluent Spanish, but like I used to. There was a time when I was probably 16 or 17 when I would only watch Channel 19, Betty La Fea and Gordo y La Flaca, and it was like their Mexican sitcoms, kind of based off Family Matters or Full House or The Cosbys or Home Improvement. And there was a time when like I was there's two sides of learning a different language. Speaking it and understanding it, and I was always a better speaker growing up. There was a time in my life where I actually could talk more, believe it or not, but now I can hear it better. As long as you put the verbs together,
It's hard, man. I wish I could. It's so like
Betty La Fea, Jorge Castro, Gordo y La Flaca, and Betty La Fea. Yeah. I used to watch that all the time, man. All the time, Betty La Fea.
That's funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
Someone commented on my Pacific Flyway supplies.
Should we get Jorge on here?
Did you watch that? I didn't see him.
No. Do you want to get Jorge on here? Should we get if Jorge's down? Can we get him on here for a little half an hour?
Yeah, go for it, bro. I won't be able to understand, but
he speaks English. He speaks English.
Now I feel
he speaks both. Right? Now you feel racist? No, he's cool. No. Jorge, you want to get on here? We can do three-way, and then we'll do a three-way.
Yeah. I love three-ways, but this will be my first, so.
Betty La Fea, which means Betty the Ugly. You couldn't do that anymore.
No.
You cannot do that anymore.
You get canceled.
Oh.
Goose.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Al Bro, he's back. Goose Fraba. Should have gotten the Razor flip phone. I'm getting trolled for having a fucking shitty phone. Should I have gotten a shitty?
You're getting paid for having a shitty phone.
I'm getting
Everybody's
what?
Fucking donating to your cause. You said you're getting paid.
Yeah.
Three Ways only fan. No, dude, it's so cool because I've watched like a pretty decent amount of your live streams and it's so rad seeing.
Don't go margin cabins, man. Don't go margin cabins, man. Don't go margin cabins.
What does that mean?
There was a guy from Colorado that came on that was like, just like, why do people donate? You're a fucking idiot. Like, what the fuck? What you're the barrage.
No, I was.
And I went off on him. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, it's really cool that people
Brew
are
cabin.
willing to support that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
The difference between me and a homeless bum is that I don't ask for money. All right, Jorge's gonna come on.
Yeah, send him on. Dope.
Red Green. Three-way OnlyFans. I'm down with Red Green. Red Green, I got you a shout out in the next video, man. And I'm buying that part, and I picked up the keg today. Red Green 1 and Kevin Fickler, they brought up a point about always talk about the holy grail in homebrewing is trying to get the 10-gallon corny keg or the 15-gallon corny keg. And
that's the holy grail of homebrewing?
Portly gentlemen like this. For me, it is, yeah. For homebrew flights, yeah. Like trying to get like the cheapest.
Yeah.
Not spend $1,000 and try to look like the man and overcompensate.
Hey, no, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming out. It's coming out, man. It's coming out.
77 trans am guy. I haven't posted for a while because I picked up. We got 2 new puppies.
Wow.
Basically, the last video I posted, and they've consumed my life since. But I want to continue and finish, like I said I would, the Learn to Brew series, which I want to make the most visually appealing,
Danny baby,
informative A to Z on brewing great beer. Not just like brewing some bullshit, like walking you through the motions. I want to be able to have this be basically like a video booklet for somebody to walk through step by step everything they need and everything they need to know to brew really good beer. What kind of puppies? We just got a chocolate lab and a Vizela. I don't know what a Vizela is. Labs are rad. I got 2 American bullies, and they are they're a newer breed, a newer registered breed from an American Pit Bull Terrier and an American Stratford Terrier. I'll bring him on if I get my lady to bring him in. You there, Braj?
Oh yeah. Oh
Okay,
yeah.
Just make sure.
I'm on the side note. I'm trying to summon Portly Braj or Jorge Castro.
Oh yeah, bring on Portly or anybody that will.
I'm trying to, ask girls out too on the side. It never goes good. It's never gone good.
And shit.
No, that's actually the best idea. They love that shit. The ongoing
Daddy
debate.
issues.
Ryan Carter, Dylan, let's hear this. We were talking about this last week. What would you rather do? Date a girl that smoked cigarettes or was a selfie whore? What's worse?
Cigarettes all day.
Cigarettes are worse?
No, I would rather date a girl that smokes cigarettes than someone that has to take a selfie
And
with her
stare
phone
at it
without
for
water,
yeah, okay.
and then wait for the likes to roll in.
Yeah. Okay, I'm with you. Right. And like cigarettes in the 90s were the most like frowned upon thing ever.
They still are pretty gross. I mean, I think they're nasty.
Yeah, they're gross. Yeah. All right, Todd Porter, what do you think? Ryan Carter, what's worse? Dating a girl that stares at her phone all day? Selfie whore, Ryan Carter. Bodie and Bruce, what's worse? A girl that smokes cigarettes or a girl that just stares at fucking her own selfies all day?
Yeah.
If she smokes, she'll
Dean Brews, hit me up on Instagram. That's the best way to get a hold of me.
CH, you should have gotten the Nokia 3310. To me, it's A to B, man. It's how do you talk to people? I don't give a shit about the do's, the don'ts, yada, yada, yada. Can quit cigs, not selfies. Selfie whore is worse. I'm with Todd Porter. I'm definitely with Todd Porter.
Yeah, no doubt.
Get over here!
Smokers can get down. Eric Brooks. Is there such a thing? Like, I want to date a girl. I want to
get down.
I want to date a girl that literally is on the flip phone thing and just smokes 2 packs of Camel unfiltered a day. And
Probably
then
fucks like a champ.
yeah, she's probably a fucking Olympian.
Wow.
Oh, so that's why you've been losing the weight. How open have you been with that with your channel?
You talking to me?
Yeah, with your breakup.
Which part?
Not like the details, but just like in general. And that's because I watched your last live. I think it was yesterday or maybe it was last week that you lost like 10 pounds or 15 pounds. You've been running every day or some shit.
Yeah, and okay, what I started doing, I started fasting. So I've never
intermittent fasting.
Yeah, so I drink 7 days in a week. I drink 3 or 4 days. 3 days I'll be dead sober. 4 days I'll drink, and then 1 day out of the week I will. We always run. I don't know how much you watch the channel. Donnie's kind of behind the channel. He helps me out with like the R&D department stuff. As egoed out as that sounds, we have like a R&D department, yada, yada, yada. We run about 80 miles a month. But what I started doing recently, since I've been broken up, I eat 1 meal a day. So for breakfast, I wake up, I start editing, I'll drink black coffee, and then I'll do a smoothie at noon, and then for dinner, I'll do whatever I want. I'll do spaghetti, I'll do California burrito, I'll do lobster, macaroni and cheese, yada, yada, yada. But I only do it, and I stuff myself like a pig. Yeah. And I guess it's called fasting. Actually, one of my best friends.
1 meal a day.
Yeah. And I've lost pretty close to like 12 pounds. Yeah.
Good for you. Yeah, my last hobby before brewing was lifting. Like powerlifting was like my jam.
Yeah.
And weird small arm flex on the camera. And yeah, no, I know all about that. That's cool. That's good for you, man. It's funny that like the quote in that is breakups build bodybuilders,
Yeah, it's
not
just
that you're gonna be a bodybuilder, but you lose weight, you lose the comfort, you need that physical appeal to the mass.
it's weird, when you're in a relationship, like or have a job, you're complacent, but like you should be doing your best then, you know. But when you don't have a job or you're single, all of a sudden you're like, like you're the best person you've ever been. It's like you should have been that the whole time, and we aren't.
Or
you know?
you and the other person. It's kind of fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Nice flex.
like if you, me or you,
You
want it? You want it? It's there if you
All
want
right,
it.
I already
Go.
saw it.
Yeah, it's right there, man.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll see
go.
it in 10 seconds.
Yeah. It's there, dog.
Yeah. Ooh, fuck. Ooh.
David
don't
Collette,
do
been
that.
told I drink too much. David Collette, I've been told you don't drink enough. And
Problem
all right,
solved.
trying to come in. Here we got Jorge Castro. Let's get the brungy on here. Let's get the let's go to all right, Jorge Castro. I fucking love this guy. It's like 11 o'clock his time. Let's bring him in. We're gonna go to Jorge. I don't know. He blocked me? It's Bodine's. We're going to do it.
You keep cutting in and out, though.
Here's to Castro. Oh, it's to Castro. I got it. De Castro.
Sombreros for life.
All right, here we go. Jorge. Hoppy Dylan's still here. Jorge, what's going on, man? You paying your phone bill out there? I know you're on an island, but what up, Taz Ezra?
Wow.
I'm not hitting these enough.
Come here!
All right, we're gonna pull it up.
Access denied. Nah, he's here.
He's here in spirit. What happened? We'll figure this out. We've been here before. We have been here before, and we will be here again. What do we got? Jorge! All right, what do we got? I can hear you.
Yeah. Hello.
Jorge!
Can you hear yourself?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
we're in the TV.
All right, hold on. I'm pulling in Hoppy. Dylan, we're doing it. Create group. Everybody say hello.
Hello.
There we go.
All right, I got him. Oh, hey, Jorge, there he is. All right, here we go. I can hear Dylan.
I
All
can
right.
hear Jorge.
Can you hear me? Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Hey,
Is
Dylan.
there anybody
How's it
in
going, man?
there?
Good, man. Can you hear me all right with this?
Yeah.
Crappy? Oh,
Yep.
okay.
No, for sure.
Dylan, where you at,
All
man?
right.
All right, Dylan's here on
Apparently not
audio.
screen.
Dylan is here in spirit. All right,
No,
Dylan.
Maybe.
I can hear him.
Yeah, we can hear him. We can't see him anymore. He's got a good
Ah.
setup. He's got a good setup.
What the hell? There we go. I don't know why it's not popping up though.
Carl the cat.
Oh, turn it on.
Carl
There
the
we go.
cat. Are we
Yeah.
talking about holy shit. I think I'm getting trolled. Oh, here we go. All right, let's fucking light this crowd candle. Jesus Christ. Here we go. All right, here's
How many
Jorge.
beers deep are you?
Me or Jorge?
CHU.
49.
That's so weak. That's it.
Here we go. What's up, Jorge? Cheers, Braj.
Hey,
Yeah,
man.
Hey, Thursday night. Here we go. Rock and roll.
Good to see everybody.
Ty Sailor. Damn, I thought I missed it. You didn't miss nothing. We've been here all night. Carl the cat. Good on you, CH. You're too young to be tied down. Go chase that. Yada, yada, yada. I don't know about that. I'm 36. John, how do I find the Homebrew for Life on Discord? It's in the link in the bio. All right.
Discord is so confusing, man.
All right. I'm gonna let you guys catch up. I'm gonna get a beer. Jorge,
right.
Dylan, I'll be right back.
Hey, man.
Hold it down, Brogers.
Hey,
We got you.
sure, man. No problem.
Yeah. Yep.
We got this.
What's the homebrew and brewing, like professional brewing scene like in Puerto Rico?
Well, it's of course very, very small. There's one homebrew shop that's been there forever. It's called Caribbean Brewing. I'm gonna go ahead and write that on the chat.
Okay.
It's a home brewery. homebrew store that's been there for like, I don't know, 15 years or something. And the guy who runs it, Billy Norris, actually, is his name. He's been homebrewing for like 25 years or longer. One
Oh,
of the
wow.
first people who ever homebrew here that I know of. Of
Yeah.
course, equipment wasn't widely available on the island back then, but they've been around. It's just a very small shop. There is a larger homebrew club here called Homebrewers de Puerto Rico, and it's I mean, it's not large as some homebrew groups I've seen in the States, but they're pretty large, and they have quite a number of people who are actually getting. Some of them are getting back into it, and some of them are just. There's a bunch of new people now getting into it. Uh, and I own a commercial brewery, but home brewing. I always once a home brewer, always a home brewer, right?
For
It's
sure. Nice.
it's-
How many
Right back.
commercial breweries are there?
I think
One more.
there's less than 15.
Oh, wow.
I
Here we go. Here we go.
I think there's like 13 or 14 breweries here, and most of them are what you would consider pilot breweries. I mean,
Dude,
we
my
are
homies,
very
man.
small.
I've
we're-
never met
we're
Jorge. He's
actually
one of my good
pretty
friends.
loud.
I've never even met him. I like it.
Wow.
Who? Who do you mean, TH?
What's up? Sorry, I just put the headset back on.
Wow.
Oh, okay. No, you were saying somebody were.
Nah, Jorge is my barrage, man. He's out there in Puerto Rico on the West Coast, man. I'm super stoked he's here. Dylan, Jorge, Dylan. I know
Yeah.
you guys have probably already met. Here we go.
We're actually better friends together than you are with him. So you. you're a
Oh,
little
shit,
late.
man.
Yeah,
Fuck, man.
we're
All right.
already acquainted, so
Dylan knows the secret handshake.
Yeah.
yeah, it
Um,
is. It's-
What's the population in Puerto Rico?
You guys know what this
well,
is?
after, huh? What's that? CH?
I'm just doing my. I know you're a giant Star Wars fan. I'm drunk. We're
There
chilling.
you go. Yeah, I'm seeing it now. It's on a delay. I can see Lord Vader.
We're doing a room tour. We're chilling.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. sorry.
What was the question again? I'm sorry, I forgot the question.
What's
What was,
the population?
population? I believe it's 3.7 million right now. It
Wow.
used to be around 5 million, but after the recession started in 2008, there's always been like a big migration of Puerto Ricans to the East Coast of the United States, but especially in the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was
man.
a big move towards Florida, and there's a lot of people living near Central Florida now. A lot of Puerto Ricans, and after that, and then political upheaval and
For sure.
bad
For
economy
power!
that came with it in the early 2000s has led to even more people leaving. And then, of course, you had the natural disasters that have happened here.
Yeah, man. I'm
2017,
looking at it.
so-
I'm looking at it on maps. Hold on.
Mhm.
I'm looking at it on maps right now, and I'm like so bad with.
Shout out to David Colette. Craft beer does bring us together.
It does, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be talking to Jorge right now in Puerto Rico. if it
None of
wasn't
us,
PH and
none
beer.
of us would be talking to each
Absolutely.
other.
Yeah, we wouldn't know each other.
None of us would be talking to each other, man. I believe in beer.
honest.
I want to shout out Bodine Brews because he mentioned mofongo, and that's like a really deep cut. That's like mofongo is like really Puerto Rican. It's like mashed plantain, like fucking double fried, and it's something you have to try. It's definitely hard to describe.
I like it.
But,
I like it a lot.
Yeah. Oh, nice. What is that, CH? What are you drinking?
Tropics, my favorite Booze Brothers beer. This beer definitely is the most delicious thing of all time, but it does give you hangovers. So I'm just gonna do one. This is actually probably gonna be my last beer of the night. But I know. I am what I eat. I am what I eat. I am what I eat.
Oh, not anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, population is about 3.5 million, and after the natural disasters and all that, it's come down a little bit more because right after especially after the two hurricanes in 2017,
Yeah.
That was a big one because if it makes
was-
American news, it's heavy.
I
Yeah, it's heavy.
guess, yeah, nothing really you don't get to hear from us a lot, even though Puerto Rico
No,
is
no,
part of the United
that was
States and all
that was
Isn't that, you know what's
heavy
crazy,
duty.
bro? It's like every time I talk to somebody, every time I hear about stories from America, and then I reference them to, even though you're part of the U.S., but like Cuba, for example. And I'm not trying to get political, but it makes me really,
Let's get
appreciate
political.
what we have. No, I don't want to get political, but it's really cool, man. And I'm really pumped that you brought me on. But it's really dope that you guys do that. You have 3-point-some million people, and there's only like 13 to 15 breweries, most of which are pilots. And like, what's the major alcohol consumption? Is it like hard liquor? Is it beer?
It's Puerto Rican rum. Yeah, it's the best rum in the world.
It's the origin of rum. It's the original source of rum. It's the original source of like sweet distilled.
It's one of them, but the Caribbean is known for that. Haiti and Cuba and Dominican Republic also.
Yeah,
but
they started it. And everyone's trying to rip it off.
I'm biased because I'm from here, but
it's territorial. It's like people from like I said it earlier tonight. People think that San Diego is the craft beer capital of the world. It's not. It was originally Northern California. It's where Dylan's from, and then the San Diego guys and their business, started the whole yada yada yada. But bitter beers came from Dylan's, like we talked about. It was Racer 5. Yeah, Mendocino County. It was Lost Coast.
We used to get that here, but Racer 5.
And they just weren't as like, they weren't just.
I'll let you know right now, it's not even good here. So if it wasn't good there, I'm sorry.
What was the beer company?
I actually enjoyed it back then quite a bit, but I don't really like IPAs like that anymore, so I don't care.
But hey, Dill, what was the company that had like the birds? Everything was like Blackhawk or it was a NorCal beer company, and their whole Ballast Point had the fish. Everything was like Sculpin or Grouper or whatever. But there was before that, Ballast Point ripped this off, and all of their beers were named after birds, and they were huge in NorCal.
Man, bro, not to play.
I'm gonna sniff this out.
That must have been before my time because I don't know.
Dude, this is all we had in college. We're talking about 2003, 2004, and it was. It was like Red Tail Hawk and Red Hawk and
not to put any fucking merit on 2004, but I was 10, so I don't know.
No, I'll sniff it out. I'll sniff it out right here.
What part of Puerto Rico are you from?
I am originally from the south. I'm from
Red Hawk,
which is one of the bigger cities, but now I live in San Sebastian, which is a very, very small town near the ocean on the western part of the island. If you look up Del Barril, that's
it was Mendocino Brewing County.
Mendocino.
It was all birds.
Fuck. No, they have Mendocino Brewing Company, and they have Old Rasputin. If anybody in the chat knows what I'm talking about,
that's North Coast.
North Coast. Yeah, see, you even know. Yeah, North Coast.
Yeah, we sell that still. We still have that, and I have a bar besides the brewery, and we still have that beer on.
Yeah, see, Old Rasputin's like one of the OG. That's like what got me into one of the beers that got me into craft beer.
Okay. I'm gonna put this on a Bitly or whatever, but Dylan, I want you to see this because I recognize all of these beers right here, and this is OG, and this is branding, and I know
Can
that.
You share your screen?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it in right now.
Okay.
Oh, check it out. This was the original like. I know that Stone and Sculpin Stone and Ballast Point ripped these guys off. And, whatever. It's a dog-eat-dog world at the end of the day, like, they weren't breaking it. Yeah, Eye of the Hawk, Red Tail Ale. Dude, I remember.
Right?
Dude, White Hawk. I remember all of these.
Man, okay. Let me jump in real quick on this live feed.
Check it out. Hey, Jorge, click on that. Okay, I just put the... I remember every single one of these. Like, this was, like, the best beer ever back in, like, 2001, 2002.
Never seen it before at all.
No, but it was, like... No. Ballast Point and Stone took a lot of plays out of these guys' playbook.
That's an OG beer, bro. Mendocino
Brew Co. Yeah, these guys were the original fucking
I've never had it. I've never even seen it, but I've heard a lot about it, and yeah, they're pretty OG. I
Dude,
guess.
they were everywhere.
I had a
Yeah.
friend bring me a barley wine that they
Eye
make
of the
once when we
Hawk.
travel.
Eye of the Hawk.
Is it Eye of the Hawk? I don't remember.
Red tailed lager. Yeah. I guess it was kind of based off hawks, but every like White Hawk or whatever, it was a different style. Like this is Pilsner. This is the Red Hawk was an amber. The Red Tail Ale was a. You know what? This was like before the whole like IPA rush, before the whole like hop craziness. So I guess most beers, like as far as IBU goes, this was like they probably stopped it after like pale ale, but everything else was like, dude, this is it. Winter ale. Okay, here's IPA. White Hawk IPA, Minnesota, Canada. I'm gonna pull this up. White Hawk. All they were doing was competing with Lagunitas, and Lagunitas smoked it. They were a smoke show. Lagunitas killed it. I don't know if it was. I mean, it always comes down to marketing. White Hawk.
Lagunitas is like huge here. Like they have a big presence here.
They're a good beer. They are a great beer.
They are.
White Hawk Mendocino IPA. White Hawk. Does anybody remember White Hawk? White Hawk IPA.
You're the only old bastard in here that remembers that shit.
I think you're right. Okay, I'm gonna pull up Bevmo.
Oh god.
They don't have it. They're out. Sold out.
I don't think they're around anymore, dude.
White Hawk IPA, man. White Hawk IPA. If anybody ever sees this, White Hawk from, dude, I just want like a T-shirt of this company.
I'm watching the
Humboldt
pictures.
Brewery, right?
Mendocino County.
Oh,
Mendocino County.
Yeah,
White Hawk.
Mendocino County Brewery.
Yeah, Mendocino County Brewery. White Hawk IPA.
I'm
They probably
almost
use
positive they're
ton of
closed
fucking-
already.
Probably use a lot of.
Yeah, they
Damn.
ceased operations in January 2018.
Dude, we used to drink Red Tail all the time. We didn't even know it was an amber ale. All we used to drink was Red Tail. I'm sorry. I'm just going down memory lane. Like this was like when we like graduated from Bud Light, beer pong stuff. All we saw was Mendocino Brewing.
It's so funny.
And now they're like
Dale.
obsolete. Now it's like a fucking Indiana Jones artifact.
Yeah.
And that's too bad. You know, I understand people. You know, the palates change and all that, but I'm sick of the. I mean, I take part of it, but I'm kind of sick of like trying to dry hop everything to death, man. It's just.
I don't even
like,
dry hop.
I like the idea of you know, something that's
Wow.
bitter and simple, and you just put a couple pounds in the whirlpool, and you know, all this like
Pete's
10 pounds
Wicked
per
Ale.
barrel dry hops. It's just, it's, you know, it's very hard to actually keep up. You know, trying to actually make beers like that, especially where I am, which
Yeah.
I have to, you know, everything takes forever to get here. You know, ingredients are very complicated issues, and it's just, you know. I guess I'm finding out after the fact that there's not a huge market for it. You know, there's some people that are interested in that, and you know, heavily fruited sours, just like they make in Florida. I don't know if you guys are aware of Florida.
Yeah, they're
the whole
super
thing
big in the
Florida.
U.S.
They're-
Like
they're
all
like-
the main state.
But I mean, like heavily smoothie, like
Yep. Yeah, like you chunky out of the can.
that's crazy, you know. And Cloud
Isn't that
Kansas
weird?
coating, yeah. And I like that. I like when people think outside the box, and I like when we, you know, experiment and do something really weird and different. But some of those things become trends, and then the trend, then there's like different strands or like different versions of the trend. You know, not just fruited sour. Now you have to make it a smoothie, and now it has to have vanilla and lactose, and you know it's got to be 8% or above or something.
Yep.
You know, it keeps changing, but not necessarily to the best, and not necessarily makes it feasible for brewers to actually pull off because it's so expensive. And then that's when the $18 4-packs come in and $22 4-packs come in,
Right.
because it's so expensive to make that you just can't sell it any cheaper. You know, it's just impossible.
Yeah. For
So
sure.
I like those beers. I like smoothie beers, and I like, you know, super dry hopped New England style IPAs or whatever. And I like making them too, and I like actually being able to pull them off. But At the same time, in the place where we are at, there's not really necessarily a market for that. People are still trying very simple beers out, and the people that actually know about those styles and that care are not enough for us to,
Wow.
actually have to make that, which is a good thing in a way because we don't feel the pressure to have to do like a new beer every week. We make a lot of new beers all the time, but we don't feel that pressure that I see in the States where you have to have the line outside of people waiting for,
Always.
the $100 case, and we don't have that. We don't have to deal with that, so that's good. And I think there's another thing that we do have that we also take very much advantage of is that being in the tropics, there's a lot of fruits, there's a lot of citrus,
Yeah,
there's
that's
a lot of
awesome.
ingredients that are from here that we can use, and we're trying to do both because I really like the modern
Back off,
styles of
poor child,
IPA.
seriously.
But I kind of
Wow.
going back to the original point of what we were talking about, the white, what is it, White Hawk IPA, or what is it? The
Yeah,
Stone?
yeah, White Hawk IPA.
Going back to, I wish I could just do like an amber, like a very simple, very well crafted amber ale,
But
and
here,
have it sell.
but Jorge, the reason it stands out to me is because they were at a time where they had ultimately no competition. Now there's a million IPAs, and they were just like, "Hey, it's chill. We have 10 employees, yada yada yada," and big business comes in, Sculpin, Stone, yada yada yada, and that's fine. At the end of the day, like it's the world is the world. Like
I think there was,
we're
I think there was,
but they
a
had
lot of
no
competition back
competition.
then.
They legitimately had no
Well,
competition, and they were just like, "Dur, hey, yada yada yada." Now we look at beers like so much competition, so much competitiveness. Like back in the day, it was like
I think
it
there
was
was
like it was
competition.
like it
It's
was
just the
like
market.
weed. It was like
The
weed,
market changed. The market has changed a lot. There's that very different market now. People used to
No,
make it
yeah,
a
but the
point
market
to
changed, but
travel
they're
to San Diego to
right.
go to Stone.
The market
People
changed,
used to make it.
but there's still competition. Now everyone's like, duh 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 duh. Back in the day, there was like 3 IPAs, and they didn't even know like how scarce or how much it stood out or how much it could get into everyone's hands. And then somebody came in like Stone or Ballast Point, and they did it, and they made the money. It's like it was weird that at one point, like it was like a park. It was sacred. It was a flower, and now it's like, do 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 do, And I don't know.
I think it's a combination of both things because I think the market has changed to the point where, at least in the East Coast, which is what I'm more familiar with, because I'm closer to those people, so they come here more often. Uh, I noticed that people basically want three things. They either want hazy IPA, especially double IPAs, fruited sours, like super heavily fruited, or like super big imperial pastry stouts. And I think that's cool.
Back
I
off,
think
poor
you can
child,
innovate
seriously.
quite a bit within those styles, but when people are just wanting to drink that and nothing else, I think that sucks, because I think there's room for saisons and ambers and creative ways of brewing those beers. And I mean, a brewery like Dogfish Head, it's very creative and it comes up with very quirky or like innovative recipes. But they're now seen like big beer. It's almost like we see them now as they're a large corporation.
They
And
did sell the
they did
Boston
sell to
beer.
Sam Adams. Yeah, they did sell to Boston Beer. But again,
And we aren't.
Still
We are
independent though.
why
right.
why do we have to kind of make a distinction if what's being bottled and canned is good? I don't see why we need to actually have to show this badge all the time, where it's like, oh, I only drink new beers all the time, and never. I mean, like CH, sometimes you say that you go back to Sierra Nevada Pale Ale,
I
and
love
it's
it. My
like
favorite. The
I
best.
wish more people would go back to that a little once in a while, not all the time, but once in a while, and go. This is why I like this. This is why I got into this. It doesn't mean that you have to neglect what's new, but
No,
I think there's
and
Yeah, I think it's just people just want the new stuff all the time.
And Jorge, I agree with you, and I love Sierra Nevada, and I think I'm speaking for Dylan too. But like at the end of the day, like I'm SoCal, Dylan is NorCal, you're Puerto Rico. We are completely different worlds with different trends, you know. So like it's different for us to like kind of where IPAs are super popular aren't as popular as where places where it's kombucha or blonde or kettle sours or yada yada yada. And what I love about this whole podcast thing, there's really no right or wrong answer. I'm at the point where like I just don't know anymore. You know, it's hard seltzer, craft pilsner. Like I do not know like what is going on with like people that
will
are
just fade out. The whole I mean, no, it won't fade out. It's not going anywhere. But I don't think there will be a point where breweries have to kind of feel like they have to put out a hard seltzer. I would make a hard seltzer. I don't care.
pretty much everybody does besides Battle Mage.
Yeah,
Battle Mage is the only brewery I've ever met that's like we're not putting out a hard seltzer.
Yeah, well, you know, and that's cool. And I think a lot of breweries just feel that pressure to do it not right now because it's financial. It's a financial thing. But I think there will come a time where breweries don't really have to do that. Now they kind of have to. Like Stone, I'm sure Stone had to do a hard seltzer.
Dylan,
I'm sure their beers are not selling as much as they used to. You know?
Dylan, would you put out a hard seltzer?
100% if I own a brewery.
You would?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make any financial sense not to. I mean, the customer wants it, you make it. Also, seltzers are like super cheap to make in reference to beer. I mean,
sure.
It's dextrose, water, yeast, and whatever else.
Everything's cheaper than malt. Everything's cheaper than malt. Rice, corn, dextrose.
Yeah, I mean, as a business owner, if I was 1,000%, I'd be making seltzers and I would be pushing them 1,000%. Now, if I had any moral issue with making a seltzer, then that would be up to the person. But I don't own a business, nor do I have any moral indifference to it. So yeah, I would make it.
I'm with you. You know, at the end of the day, it's like you've got bills to pay. You've got employees to employ. You know, like
That's what's cool about
it's easy. It's easy to say as a home brewer. You're like, yeah, I would never do hard seltzer. It's like, yeah, but you also don't run a fucking business. Like you don't
Yeah, and that's a totally different ballpark. And even as a home brewer, if seltzers are a thing, I want to fucking make one of the best seltzers that a home brewer is gonna make. I mean, that's just me.
I mean, even in financials, if you're speaking just about financials, if you were to make brew hard or whatever you say, brew hard seltzers,
yeah,
and you use like quickies to like CH used in the video, you could turn up 3 batches or 4 batches of that. Like in my system, for example, which is a 3-barrel system, it's not a big system. But you could turn up 3 batches or 4 batches of that in one day.
Yep.
And if you use quickies on those, you could have I could have like 12 barrels of hard seltzer in like 5 days or something.
Yep.
Kegged and ready to go. Whereas beer will take 17 or 14 or whatever it is that I can't see a schedule right now, but it makes financial sense, and I don't have a problem with it. I really don't care. Actually, that's one of the reasons I like Brew Show so much, because he's a brewer, but he kind of steps into other areas and ferments these other things, and I love that. I think that's just so. It's what I guess we should aspire to, even in an experimental sense. Not necessarily in a commercial.
Jorge, it's all experimental, man. Everything is experimental. Aside from branding, fermentation is just experimental. I don't know
what's going to happen.
No,
you don't know. You really don't know what's going to happen, and especially in smaller systems. It's like so many things can go wrong. You don't really have a backup for everything like a big brewer has. I don't have an extra chiller just lying around. It's just it's a problem if it breaks.
No, I hear that.
I think that leads to being creative and on the fly, sort of thinking on your feet kind of thing, and I think that's great. That's why I love being a small brewer and not trying to grow every year and trying to be as big as possible, because it's just a completely different way of doing business. It's just it doesn't really matter what's the what you're making is when you're just thinking about growing, because you're thinking about growing.
Wow.
So I don't know, man. I'm talking a lot of shit out of
No, we're good. No. And we're out of here. We're coming up on 2 hours. I want to give a shout out to Dylan and Jorge Castro. We got 5 minutes left. Big shout out to Dylan. He's got his we've got his YouTube channel and his Instagram right here in the link in the bio. I'm looking at it.
If you want to hit me on TikTok, if you're on TikTok,
He's a TikToker.
definitely- Oh,
That's
man.
the future, bro. That's the future.
That's my, I fought it for so long, and I think TikTok is probably it's probably the best platform that you can use if you want to grow as a brand, for sure.
Really.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's bite size, right?
It's bite size, and
it's all-
I mean, if you want to get weird with it, or technical, that the algorithm, say I just follow CH and he creates a TikTok. It's so weird because he makes one, it randomly gets distributed to 10 people. If those 10 people watch it from start to finish, each one of those 10 people goes out for another 10 people, and then it multiplies. It's
There you go.
it's crazy. So, but anyways,
Get that viral
TikTok,
video.
YouTube, Instagram's the most way. If you want to make any human contact with me, Instagram's the way to go.
Check him out. Follow him. He's a barrage. Hop Killer.
What's-
I'm really glad you came on, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate
You know
it.
what? And you know what? We hit on a bunch of political subjects, and this is the first one. No. But this is the first one I'm not going to delete. Sometimes people come on and it's yada, 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 and I have to delete it. But I'm not going to delete this one, man. We're honest and truthful, and that's kind of how it is. And whether you agree with it or yada, yada with it, people don't understand, where they're at in life or where they're at in the world. But, you are at, I know where Dixon is. I know it's kind of let's just fucking let the party go. Enough's enough. Let's open up the business. You're always welcome on. Thank you, Dylan. Jorge Castro. Yeah. Thank you so much. We're out of here. I wish I had some more.
What's your Instagram, Jorge?
Box Lab.
Box?
PR, Box Lab as in laboratory.
Yeah.
PR. For Puerto Rico, and you can just check out the website. The website is boxlabpr.com.
Box
We have
Box Lab PR. Yeah.
.com.
Okay.
And we have
cool.
you can
There he
jump
is.
from there. We
Yep.
have we have merch and stuff in there too.
Oh,
so
fuck yeah.
somebody
That's
wants to buy
awesome,
shirts.
dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Cool, man.
hey, I want to give a big shout out to Dylan. I want to give a big shout out to Jorge. Everybody who's here right now. Dave Dempster, Clinton Gerard, Tom Alvarado, Bonians Bruce. Hey, man, this was fun. This was fun for me. I hope that Jorge and, Dill had a good time. Thanks for your time, both
Oh
you
yeah.
guys.
Always.
And we'll do it.
No
I'll see you guys in 6 days, Wednesdays, Thursdays,
Cheers
man.
to everyone on the chat, man.
That's right.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for
All right,
everybody who,
Jorge,
super
Dylan,
chat.
let's rock and roll. Here we go.
Great to meet you, Dylan.
Yeah, you as well, man. I'll be catching you in Puerto Rico maybe in the
Please
future if we
come
don't
down.
need any vaccination cards.
All right, here we go. Mandatory beer chat.
M. No. B.
Just say it!
C.
More!